It's your boy Lonsi, and I'm back with another video. Today I'll be sharing my review and thoughts on Bad Blood, as the PLE just wrapped up not too long ago, a couple hours ago, and this PLE really had a lot to talk about. The beginning gave us one of the best Hell in a Cell matches of all time. The ending gave us a lot of interesting things to look forward to the future, but the mid-card stuff really hurt this card, as this PLE for me really had a chance to be one of the best of all time. I don't know why I thought that, but I really did it, but the mid-card really just killed all hopes of that. So yeah, with all that out the way, let's get straight into the review. So before I get into the review, if it's your first time watching any of my videos, I usually go through what happened in the match, then I'll go through my thoughts on the match afterwards. So I'll kind of put timestamps for that, so you guys don't have to sit there and watch every little thing. So yeah, just follow the timestamps. So yeah, get into the first match. We have CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre inside Hell in a Cell. So the match will start off with both CM Punk and Drew McIntyre having a stare down in the middle of the ring. Both men would exchange blows in the corner. Eventually they would go on the outside, and CM Punk gets put through the Hell in a Cell, like on the near opposite side of the corner. The cell's being used for both men, and then CM Punk pulls out a table, which I was not expecting that early. I mean, the crowd loves, we want table chants, so they got their tables, and eventually CM Punk also grabs a chair with that, but he's not able to use it, as CM Punk is the one that's on the opposite end of a chair beating by Drew McIntyre. Then two boxes were being pulled out, which was pretty weird. CM Punk is subjected to some abuse with the metal wrench from Drew McIntyre. Then CM Punk uses the metal wrench, and eventually when CM Punk is on the outside, Drew McIntyre is trying to come back on the outside with CM Punk. CM Punk uses like the toolbox, hits Drew McIntyre like this on the opposite side. Drew McIntyre is drawing blood, which looked really good. If you've seen any Drew McIntyre matches when he was Drew Galloway in TNA, he can draw some really good blood. And I forgot to mention, when CM Punk got thrown to the cage by Drew McIntyre, he started bleeding as well, so the blood was really pouring early on from both men. And then a couple moments after that, Drew McIntyre would go back first into a table, and CM Punk's lining up a GTS on Drew McIntyre, but he would escape that and hit a Claymore of his own on CM Punk. So yeah, a little back and forth, a little bit of reversal stuff that I do kind of like. And then Drew McIntyre tosses CM Punk face first inside Hell in a Cell. Yeah, that's the part where he said he busted him wide open. And after Drew McIntyre sees that CM Punk is bleeding, he grabs the steps, hits Punk in the face with it. He's grinning from ear to ear. CM Punk would fight back. He gets momentum, but that would be short-lived, as he eats a vicious suplex. Drew McIntyre grabs the toolbox, and that would eventually lead to him getting busted wide open with it. I think I already said that before, but yeah, I'm just iterating it right there. CM Punk hits a running knee, then a bulldog to Drew McIntyre. I think he attempted like 3 or 4, or got 3 or 4 off on Drew McIntyre, and Drew McIntyre is just completely busted wide open. Now eventually I looked on the thing, he actually had to get 16 stitches because he was legitimately busted up. And then afterwards, CM Punk will follow that up by giving Drew McIntyre a clean GTS, but would fail to get the cover, as Drew McIntyre would just roll out the ring. At this point in the match, you get this is awesome chance. Then afterwards, eventually CM Punk will throw Drew McIntyre back in the ring, but gets hit with a Claymore, and CM Punk puts Drew McIntyre inside a sharpshooter. At first it really wasn't looking too good, but when that sharpshooter was sunken in, it kind of reminded me of the shot of Stone Cold Steve Austin and Bret Hart at WrestleMania 13. So both CM Punk and Drew McIntyre are exchanging blows on the outside. They're on the outside corner on the turnbuckle. Drew McIntyre's on the outside, CM Punk's on the inside. We pretty much get like a 2K14 OMG moment, as CM Punk and Drew McIntyre both get suplexed through the table on the outside, and that looked really good. Afterwards, Drew McIntyre is trying to get some steel steps in the ring, but he's really selling his back. He cannot get that in for anything. And then after that point in the match, CM Punk hits another GTS on Drew McIntyre. At that point, that might have been 3 or 4, but he hits another GTS. Drew McIntyre gets up, hits a white noise on CM Punk to the steps, like through the steps, I mean on top of the steps. Then CM Punk gets Drew McIntyre in the Anaconda Vice. Punk is trying to hit Drew McIntyre with the wrench, but gets caught with the low blow. And then afterwards, Drew McIntyre goes on the outside. He grabs a black bag, and I always think to myself, oh, we're gonna get thumbtacks, and it'll be a really good moment. It wasn't thumbtacks, it was the beads of CM Punk's like former necklace, which I thought was still a really good touch in this match. After that, Drew McIntyre will go for a Claymore, but misses and lands on the corner of the steps, which really looked vicious. And then to close out this match, CM Punk would feed Drew McIntyre bees. He hit him with the GTS for the 1, 2, 3, and CM Punk's your winner in this trilogy in what was a great match. But yeah, this was an all-time Hell in a Cell match with a great ending, and really closed out what has been a really great feud and what was a great trilogy that we will be talking about for years to come. The color that both CM Punk and Drew McIntyre gave us was excellent. The referee at some points was trying to get the blood off Drew McIntyre. He did not want it. He looked really good in this match. And yeah, if you watch any Drew Galloway match beforehand, you know he draws some good blood. And same thing with CM Punk from his stuff in AEW or just anything before in his wrestling days. And yeah, what is it called again? Apparently Drew McIntyre legitimately got busted open. He really needed 16 stitches. And yeah, I really loved everything in this match. And I really was thinking to myself, okay, to make this Hell in a Cell match, make it one of the best of all time. Hopefully we get something different from like the usual Hell in a Cell matches. I want some stuff on the outside. I want the announce tables being broken, but guess what? These two men did not do that, and guess what? They really did not even need to do that at all, and this was still one of the best Hell in a Cell matches of all time. Personally, for me, yes, I would have liked to see like them going through the announce table on the outside, but when you think about it, these two guys really want to get their hands on each other. There's nowhere they want to fight everywhere else. They just want to be inside the Hell in a Cell. They want to be inside the ring. They want to try to kill each other. So yeah, kind of going on the outside, I don't know how I would have felt about it. I think I would have loved it, but yeah, even though either way, we got something good. The table spots were used good. The steel steps were used really good. The toolbox really gave us some good blood in this match. There was some other stuff. Oh yeah, the Hell in a Cell. I really liked how both men used the structure on one another. So yeah, these two guys gave us the vibe that they really hate each other and wanted to kill each other on that night. The selling from both men after the match was really good. Drew McIntyre is just sitting there crying, so that should be something really interesting there. And CM Punk is falling all over the place outside the Hell in a Cell. He needs the oxygen mask, so I loved how both men were selling the effects of Hell in a Cell. As before the match, they're warning us that, yeah, this is going to change both of them, and guess what? It seems like it's going to do that, maybe character-wise and physical-wise for a little bit. And yeah, personally for me, I just believe the right person won. I feel like CM Punk winning sets up a lot of interesting things. That match with Gunther should be there, but maybe it's at a crossroads right now, as we did get something for Crown Jewel that I'll be talking about later in the video. But yeah, CM Punk versus Gunther pretty much for me only could happen if CM Punk got the big win over Drew McIntyre, as yeah, Gunther needs really credible opponents. Even though this match would have not made CM Punk feel any less credible, I feel like a big win over Drew McIntyre really would have gave us a really good direction towards that match. And technically CM Punk did win, but both men did not lose on this night. Drew McIntyre has really elevated himself up to a level that once again he's not been up before. Drew McIntyre is really a compelling character at this point, and that was not the same thing from like a couple years ago. Drew McIntyre has done some really good work, and yeah, you could make an argument for him winning this match, but yeah, CM Punk's winning this match, and now he can go on to do something else, and Drew McIntyre, his story should be getting even more interesting. The violence was definitely needed in this trilogy match that really warrant what these two guys have been giving us for the past 9 months, 10 months, and this Hell in a Cell match delivered on every single meter of violence. The first match really did not give us a lot. The second match gave us a little bit more, and the third match gave us everything you would want. 9 to 10 months all just culminated right here inside Hell in a Cell, and this is really the first time in a very long time that the Hell in a Cell actually was warranted to close out the feud, and yeah, it really delivered on all metrics of it, and this feud will really be talked about for years to come, as this Hell in a Cell match may be up there for one of the greatest of all time, up there with like your and up there for Triple H and Undertaker, your Batista and Triple H, your Undertaker and Brock Lesnar. For me, you really gave us a lot of good stuff with this Hell in a Cell match. Oh yeah, your Shawn Michaels and Undertakers, your Mankind and Undertaker. So yeah, this Hell in a Cell match for me is really up there for one of the greatest of all time, just for how it was built up before the match and how it was built up during the story of this match, during how much story they gave us during the match. A lot of good things happened in this match that really warranted being one of the greatest Hell in a Cell matches of all time. And yeah, even though CM Punk's only had 3 matches inside the WWE since returning, I mean, he has not looked bad whatsoever, and this continued the trend that yeah, CM Punk really does not need to be wrestling on every single week of TV. He can just be used for the PLEs because he's still giving us some really good matches. He can still tell a story beforehand. And one thing I really do want to happen is both men to not come back on Monday Night Raw selling the injuries a bit. I want these guys to be off TV for a little while, as these two guys really went to hell inside Hell in a Cell. I want them to be off TV maybe till after Crown Jewel, until like the build of Survivor Series. And I really do believe this Hell in a Cell match probably could have closed out the show, as that was like the trend for Bad Blood. The Hell in a Cell matches usually tend to close out the show, but what's happening in the main event, I do understand why. And after this match happened, I was asking myself, there's no way any of these matches could follow up what we just saw, an all-time classic. And yeah, it kind of did prove that, as a lot of the matches that came up after this really were not good whatsoever, besides like the main event, as that gave us a lot more to talk about. But yeah, the main event, no, the opener really could have been the main event, as this was really good. So yeah, CM Punk is your winner of this blood feud, and it's gonna be pretty weird not seeing this on TV, as we've pretty much been seeing this on TV for like a year now at this point. So yeah, CM Punk is your winner now, and what's next from most likely Gunther, like I said beforehand. But yeah, you also have Seth Rollins back on Monday Night Raw, but he's doing something with Bronson Reed, so I would not expect him to like kind of do something with CM Punk in the meantime. So yeah, what's next for Drew McIntyre? Maybe something with Wade Barrett. Seeing the spiral continue should be really good, as Drew McIntyre is pretty much broken now, and we know when Drew McIntyre is broken from his stuff with Money in the Bank at WrestleMania, he tends to go crazy. So yeah, that wraps up that feud between both men, and now on to the next match. So for our next match, we have Nia Jax defending her SmackDown Women's World Championship against Bayley. And yeah, to be honest, I could care less about this match. I'll probably talk about the ending of this match, as it was all over the place. It really just was trying to make up for what this garbage has been so far. So yeah, this is where the feud was supposed to be. This is where the notes were supposed to be for this match. Did not write anything down because yeah, I did not care for this match. The build was not good. The match was like, this match was worse than the match at SummerSlam, what some people did like, but for me, I was not a big fan of the match at SummerSlam in the first place. So when we got this match, I was not excited for it at the least. It was just here and probably should not even been here in the first place. So let's just talk about the ending, as that's where all the good stuff happened. And before I talk about the ending, these two girls, yes, mistakes happen in wrestling, but they were all over the place. Michael Cole could not even figure out what was happening. It was pretty funny at some points. Nia Jax did a hurricanrana that did not even look like a hurricanrana. Bayley just threw herself around the place to try to sell it. Bayley did a Samoa drop that did not look good whatsoever. So yeah, these two girls, for me, really did not put on a good match. This was probably like the lowest point. Going to the end of this match, we pretty much got Tiffany Stratton. We all knew that was going to happen in this match, but the big question was, is she going to cash in or is she not? And yeah, I mean, I really would have wanted Tiffany Stratton to cash in, as she has every motivation to do so, but guess what? She doesn't. I don't know why she doesn't even do it. And when Tiffany can't get that cash in, she has her briefcase on the outside. She tosses it over to Bayley, distracts Bayley for a little bit, and Nia Jax would win for the 1, 2, 3. And I could care less about this match. Yeah, now over to the next match, as I could care less about Bayley and Nia Jax. So yeah, let's get over to the next match. Now to the next match, we have Finn Balor taking on Damian Priest, and this was a match I was kind of curious to see what was gonna happen, because I really did believe only one person needed to win this match. And yeah, as we all know, that one person did not win the match. But before the match started, Finn Balor came out in a mask, kind of looked really good. I did like that touch right there. So the match starts off and Damian Priest is looking strong straight out the bat, doing his stiff elbow shots, and eventually Finn Balor would catch Damian Priest on the outside with a sling blade, and he has Damian Priest in a chokehold. Damian Priest would eventually escape and hit Finn Balor with a wicked forearm. Damian Priest at this point hulking up and hits a broken arrow on Finn Balor. Then afterwards, Finn Balor counters Damian Priest's flurry of kicks and hits a Pele kick on him. And when both men eventually fall on the outside, Damian Priest throws Finn Balor, launches them over the announce table, and does one more Razor's Edge on the apron to Finn Balor. And at this point, it appears as if Damian Priest has all the momentum in this match. Then eventually we knew the Judgment Day were going to get involved at some point. They distract Damian Priest. Finn Balor hits 2 coup de grace on Damian Priest, but only for the 2 count. Chairs are being used at this point. Balor hits 2 more coup de grace on Damian Priest in his neck area, but eventually Damian Priest gets control, takes out everybody, clears house, and hits 1 south to heaven for the 1, 2, 3. And at that point, when Damian Priest won, I was honestly left shocked, as I could not believe what I was seeing. There's no way Damian Priest just beat Finn Balor for the 1, 2, 3 that clean. I was honestly shocked at the result, but pretty much told me that yeah, Liv Morgan is not going to lose the Rhea Ripley. Finn Balor still had backup, and yeah, even though you could say, oh, it's JD and Carlito, yeah, they're not the strongest form of backup, that's still 3 guys versus Damian Priest, and Damian Priest still won. He still looked like a complete monster. You would have thought Damian Priest looked like SVR 2007 Kurt Angle, or like 2014 Defeat the Streak Undertaker. It's inevitable on what's going to happen in Damian Priest matches. We know he's going to face some adversity against Finn Balor, and when that adversity does come, he's going to overthrow that, and yeah, he's just going to beat the guy clean for the win. Is this story really going to continue? Because I don't know if I want to see it. Finn Balor has really lost so much momentum, because afterwards, this whole year has really been on a low for Finn Balor. He's the tag team champion that does not defend it whatsoever. He pretty much eats a lot of the pins, and Finn Balor should not be that guy. And honestly, I lost all hope that Finn Balor is going to get restored to some of the greatness from like 2016, as 2016 was 8 years ago. There's no way Finn Balor will ever get back to that point, as he's eating pins every single time. He has 3 guys with him, but still can't beat Damian Priest. So I think the storyline may be that he has an obsession with Damian Priest, as he just can't beat him. So what is Finn Balor gonna have to do differently now? This time, is he gonna have to kick out Carlito and JD? Is he gonna have to bring out the Demon? Is he gonna have to be a bit more vicious? I feel like that's what we're all leading to. Finn Balor, bring out the Demon, bring out a different side. But how Damian Priest looks so damn strong compared to Finn Balor, as Finn Balor really is not credible at this point. He's lost a lot of momentum. And I'm not saying I didn't like this match, as yeah, it was just solid. That's what we're gonna get with both Damian Priest and Finn Balor. The chemistry is always gonna be there, but I feel like this match could have been a main event on Monday Night Raw. It probably should not have been on the PLE, and it did not live up to like the hype of match warranted being on the Bad Blood PLE, just for how personal it's been so far with all the story that's been involving both men for the last couple of years. But yeah, to be honest, I do not want to see these guys keep going at each other. I want this to end, but it seems like it's not gonna end, as we may see this at a Crown Jewel or maybe Survivor Series. So Damian Priest just looks like a different beast compared to Finn Balor. So yeah, I don't even know what's gonna happen with Finn Balor. He just lost a lot right there. So maybe on Monday Night Raw, he's gonna have to do something differently. Maybe he has to come out there and attack Damian Priest. I don't know. Maybe Damian Priest goes on to the main event scene, goes on to go after Gunther. I don't know. There's a lot of moving pieces here, but I would expect this storyline to continue, even though I don't want this to continue, as that seems to be the theme for most of the stuff involving the Judgment Day and the Terror Twins. We gotta end this now. So yeah, I did say in my predictions, I don't believe in the go home logic where the heels are standing up strong and the baby faces are on the bottom. Guess what? That bit me in the ass as Finn Balor got demolished at the end. And guess what? He got one out to heaven for the 1, 2, 3, and Finn Balor lost to Damian Priest once again. So yeah, now on to the next match. Now to our next match, we have Liv Morgan defending her Raw Women's World Championship against Rhea Ripley. And if you guys want me to be honest, I can just fast forward to some of these matches, because if you've seen their match from SummerSlam or any of their matches previously, you're just gonna get the same match, just one new move from Liv Morgan added in every single time. This match was just Liv Morgan attacking the knee of Rhea Ripley, taking a little advantage here and there. And yes, even though you can say, oh, that's the character of Liv Morgan, she does that, she's a little sneaky. Guess what? I do not care about this. This was so bad, it was not good in the end. It really made this even worse. The best part for me about this match was the guy that was not even in this match to begin with, Dominic Mysterio in the Shark Cage, gave us a lot of great stuff in there. And when he fell out that cage, I was like, fuck, he's gonna die right now. But yeah, that was really good stuff. And yeah, the second best part about all this was when he was turned into a pinata by Rhea Ripley. She started hitting him over and over again. But this is where all the fuckery started to happen. So Raquel Gonzalez, yeah, she goes by Raquel Gonzalez. I'm pretty sure Triple H clarified that in the press conference, in the post show. He said Raquel Gonzalez, so we're going to be going by Raquel Gonzalez. So Raquel Gonzalez makes her return, attacks Rhea Ripley in front of the referee, but the referee appears not to see it, even though, but before that, in the match, Rhea Ripley told the referee, I'm gonna hit Dom with the kendo stick. The referee said, yeah, go at it. So this referee's corrupt in the first place. It makes no sense. So when Raquel Gonzalez came out, attacked Rhea Ripley, first off, there was no pop because no one really cared about it. The way it was set up, you really couldn't even see it was Raquel. Raquel throws Rhea back in the ring, hits a Tejana bomb, and tries to put Liv Morgan over Rhea for like the DQ finish or whatever. But the referee already called off the match beforehand, so she doesn't put her back on Rhea Ripley. So this is all over the place. But yeah, we all know Raquel is back with Liv Morgan. Back with Liv Morgan. She's with the judge today, and this was very needed. But to be honest, the way it was done was one of the worst things I think I've seen in recent memory. That was really all over the place. It made no sense whatsoever and confused the viewer at home. But yeah, the match was mid at best, was not good whatsoever. And hopefully, I am really clamoring for this feud to just end. I do not care about it whatsoever. It is so bad. The promos these girls are doing on each other makes no sense. I do not care about Dominic Mysterio being the heartthrob about all this, being the guy in the middle. Maybe it's just for the elementary school kids. Maybe it's just not my cup of tea, but I do not want to see this anymore. It's just not my cup of tea. It's really just not what I want to see. I would rather prefer to see Liv Morgan go on and actually have a really good run with the title, because she's really not had one in the first place. It's just been Rhea Ripley, Rhea Ripley, Rhea Ripley, Rhea Ripley, Rhea Ripley, and it's probably going to continue to be Rhea Ripley, Rhea Ripley, and Rhea Ripley probably to like WrestleMania. But yeah, with Raquel in the mix now, hopefully that changes, as we could probably see Raquel and Rhea Ripley now as they have a past history with each other, and that could probably give Liv Morgan something else in the meantime. Hopefully she actually does defend the belt, because when Rhea Ripley was the champion on the way to WrestleMania, she hardly defended the title in the first place. So yeah, hopefully that does change, and yeah, we could see something else now. But yeah, I mean, what else though to deal with? Maybe we could see Io Sky in the mix now. I really just want to see that Io Sky in the mix. Throw her in there, as she's been doing some excellent work as of late. So yeah, this match was bad. Did not like it. And yeah, the two past mid-card matches really killed what was going on for both these matches. The whole mid-card thing killed this whole PLE for me, as it was really bad and it really had nothing good to it. So yeah, I really want this feud to end, and now onto the main event. Oh, before I go, it really just felt like that match never went to like another gear. We just get the moves here and there. And yeah, maybe you guys think that's flashy, but there was really nothing there. It felt like it was just going fucking slow as hell. It felt like things were just never moving. It felt like we're just going like at a 20 pace mile. That's how those things were going. And when Raquel came out there, she got that Tito Ortiz pop from TNA. If you know, you know. That's how bad it was. But yeah, now onto the main event. We got Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes teaming up to take on the team of the Bloodline and Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa. And I was hyped as hell to see this match. I really could not wait for what was going to happen, because we got something before this that Cody Rhodes said, yeah, the main event, what's going to happen at the end of the match is going to shape up for like WrestleMania. It's going to be really big. And what we got at the ending really delivered on all parts. So yeah, now let's get into the match, and we're going to go through step by step for the match, and then my thoughts afterwards. You guys kind of know the business. Before the match starts, Roman and Cody really can't decide on who's going to start the match, really playing up to the part that these guys really are on the same page with each other. So yeah, the match starts off with Jacob Fatu and Cody Rhodes, and Jacob Fatu isn't going down for whatever Cody Rhodes is throwing at him. Solo gets a bit irritated and gets in the ring, but when Roman comes in, he gets right back out the ring. Then we eventually get back to Jacob Fatu and Cody Rhodes. Pretty much this match was like your typical Bloodline match, where one guy's just isolated isolated for most of the match. He's getting worked on every single time, so Cody Rhodes is being isolated in the corner. Jacob Fatu goes for like a swanton, but Cody Rhodes gets his knees up. Roman gets the hot tag. Roman, after doing a hot tag, does a crucifix on Solo Sikoa. Oh my gosh, Roman's doing different stuff at this point. I have not seen Roman do a crucifix in a very long time or at all. Roman after that hits a Superman punch on Solo, and after that Superman punch, Roman's on the receiving end of a double super kick and a splash, and Cody comes in to save the pin. Cody clears the announce table but receives a super kick from Jacob Fatu, and Jacob Fatu went through the barricade but got right back up. Cody does a crossroads on Jacob Fatu through a table on the outside, but he still won't go down, so then Cody Rhodes has to resort to something crazy that he has not done in a very long time. He pretty much puts Jacob Fatu through the announce table. So yeah, pretty much after that, it's just Roman and Solo in the middle of the ring. They're exchanging blows, the new tribal chief versus the old tribal chief, and we all knew the Tongans were going to get involved in this match in some sort of capacity as they distract Roman Reigns. But guess what? Jimmy Uso comes out of nowhere and this gets this big ovation, big pop, super kicks both the Tongans, and that distracts Solo Sikoa, and Roman Reigns spears Solo Sikoa for the win for the 1, 2, 3. And afterwards, Roman Reigns is looking at Jimmy Uso as if he saw a ghost, and both men hug, they both embrace, and Roman stares back at the Universal title, and then afterwards, both Roman and Jimmy are both leaving the ring. Guess what? The Bloodline come back once again. They're still not done with Cody Rhodes, and Jimmy's telling Roman Reigns, we gotta go out there, we need to come out and save Cody Rhodes. And guess what? They go back to the ring, they both clear out once again, and then when Roman Reigns has the title once again, he hands it over to Cody Rhodes. But then The Rock comes out. Oh my goodness, The Rock comes out. The final boss is back. I lose my mind. I can show you guys the video. I broke my bed. That's how hyped I was for The Rock. The Rock's pretty much just at the ramp. He's looking at both Cody Rhodes, Jimmy Uso, and Roman Reigns in the middle of the ring. No one knows what to do at this point. Then The Rock does like a 1, 2, 3 thing. I swear he put up 5 fingers symbolizing that there's 4 members of the new Bloodline and he could be that 5th member. I'm not so sure about that, but people were saying he put up like a 1, 2, 3 for a triple threat match. But either way, no matter the speculation, that was a great finish to the Bad Blood PLE and really left me with a lot of questions. The main one being what's gonna happen, really what's gonna happen, because afterwards The Rock went to like a whole Instagram promo, so those Instagram promos are back. So are we looking forward to like a triple threat match between The Rock, Cody Rhodes, and Roman Reigns for all the gold? I'm not so sure about that, but Jimmy Uso's back. The Rock returned. Tonga Loa is still the GOAT. So yeah, this PLE really got capped off on what was a great note. And yeah, there's a lot of new stuff, nuances going on. Maybe Roman Reigns is more accepting of Cody Rhodes. Maybe he is. But yeah, Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes come out on top, and now Friday Night SmackDown should be looking a lot more interesting, as a lot of people have been complaining that SmackDown is just not very interesting. But guess what? Now you're getting a lot more interesting stuff now, and now the moving pieces are all getting us all together for this War Games match. Now moving over to something massive that just happened after the Bad Blood PLE. Apparently Kevin Owens just turned heel on Cody Rhodes. It was a video that surfaced not even from WWE social media pages, not even from like their Twitter, not even from like their Instagram or like their YouTube, just from like a fan POV of Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens arguing, and then Kevin Owens just beat the living life out of Cody Rhodes next to his tour bus. Yeah, that was unexpected, and really I want to see more of that kind of stuff happening from now on. Having this off TV really adds a lot to it, as we know beforehand Kevin Owens was not a big fan of Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes teaming off with each other, and he really never got to say how he felt about all this. But now on Friday Night SmackDown, maybe that is a time where we see how Kevin Owens really feels about all this. We all knew it was only a matter of time, but I was really not expecting it there. I mean, I don't think anybody was, and I was kind of expecting it to be Randy Orton, because they just had the Kevin Owens heel turn just a little too obvious right in front of us, and I was kind of expecting it to be Randy Orton lurking in the background, as Randy Orton is probably never a peacemaker. And how does Randy Orton feel about all this? Because beforehand he told Cody Rhodes, I don't have a problem with you teaming up with Roman Reigns unless there is a problem. Well, now there is a different kind of problem, so I want to see how Randy Orton feels about all this, since Cody Rhodes is his friend, Kevin Owens is his friend, so now things are very interesting on SmackDown now. And now more than ever, I do believe we will get that rematch between Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens for the Undisputed title, but this time Kevin Owens will have no limbs. He won't hold himself back against Cody Rhodes. He's sick with all the front stuff. But where will this match take place? Crown Jewel of the next PLE, that's Gunther versus Cody Rhodes. I'll talk about that a little bit later, but then after that, Survivor Series, Cody Rhodes most likely will be in that War Games match. Will he still be in that War Games match? I do believe he will be. If not that, maybe Saturday night's main event right after that. And having Kevin Owens as a heel really just gives Cody Rhodes just another top guy to work with. But I'm very curious as to how Sami Zayn is going to feel about all this, because we all know under Triple H's regime, under his control, every little storyline kind of goes to everywhere else. And yeah, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are kind of connected to this whole Bloodline story, and I want to see how he feels about Sami Zayn teaming up with the Bloodline, as that would be very interesting to see. Now moving over to a part of the show that I was first excited for, to be honest. I was very excited for what was going to happen, but after the result of what we just got, I was left asking the question, why are we doing this? And I honestly could care less about it. So it was announced beforehand during the show that Triple H was going to have a big announcement to give to the fans, and when he came out there, we saw that output for like a new championship design, and I really thought we were going to get like like a new women's mid-card championship, as that would be very needed and gives a lot of opportunity to the women like Meechin, who's been doing great work. Chelsea Green has been doing some great work, and Io Sky's on the run of her life. So there's a lot of women on the roster that are very deserving of a title, and really would have made things very interesting and more exciting to see in the women's division. But that did not happen at all. It's pretty much Triple H announced that for Crown Jewel, it would be like a yearly thing where the women's world champion, the men's world champion from both Raw and SmackDown will face off with each other in a yearly thing to crown the Crown Jewel championship every single year. So pretty much for this year, we will be seeing Gunther versus Cody Rhodes, Nia Jax versus Liv Morgan. And I was asking the question, why are we doing this? This pretty much throws a wrench into a lot of things and pretty much fucks up a lot of progress we have made with both the World Championship, the new World Championship, and the other belts going forward. For starters, don't get me wrong, I do like the idea of Cody Rhodes versus Gunther, but why right now? Right now is probably like the worst time to do so. We spent so much time working up the new World Championship to even get it close to the level of the Undisputed Championship, because we all know when Big E was World Championship, he was nowhere near Roman Reigns. When Drew McIntyre was World Championship, maybe he was a bit closer, but he was nowhere near Roman. When Seth Rollins was World Championship, nowhere near Roman. Or when he was with Cody Rhodes, Damian Priest, same thing as well. So the Undisputed Championship has always been seen as a bigger championship than the World Championship, but all that progress is pretty much getting shot down, as when we have this match, someone's gonna lose. If it's Gunther, that match with CM Punk, very less interested in that match going forward. If it's Cody Rhodes and he gets pinned clean, I don't know about that match with Cody Rhodes and The Rock, or Rock versus Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes. Why are we doing this right now? And it feels like things are going back to the old Saudi Arabia shows, where it's just like a money grab. Big matches just thrown together just to have it. Not a lot of story going into the match. And what is it called? There's not going to be a clean winner if one guy has to win the match between Gunther and Cody Rhodes, because we know Sami Zayn is not going to be Gunther for the world title next episode of Monday Night Raw. Cody Rhodes is not going to lose the title in the meantime, so it's locked to be those two men. Somebody's going to lose, and I'm most likely seeing being Cody Rhodes, and it might not even be that. We most likely will see some sort of bloodline interference, and that's just going to mess up everything else. That's like going back to the Saudi Arabia shows from like 2019, 2020, where it's just a bunch of garbage and we just don't care to see it. And don't even get me started on Liv Morgan versus Nia Jax, which may be the least anticipated women's World Championship match we've seen in a very long time. That match, I swear I might not even watch it just for how bad it is. I might only see it just to see if Tiffany Stratton's going to cash it, but a Tiffany Stratton cash in at Saudi, we know how they feel about the women over there, so why are we doing it over there? I just don't like this at all. The Saudi shows are really going forward. They're really progressing into giving us some good matches like Randy Orton versus Gunther, other matches over there, but why? It feels like we're just making 10 steps back now instead of making 5 steps forward. But that was probably not even the worst thing about all this. The worst thing about all this is when Gunther came out talking about the new Saudi championship, this and that. Goldberg got introduced into all this. Goldberg versus Gunther, ew, I do not want to see that. So pretty much Gunther talked about, we all know how he said Goldberg was his favorite wrestler, and Gunther pretty much told Goldberg or his son that he hopes Goldberg is a better father than he is a pro wrestler, as Goldberg is pretty much like a one-trick pony, which I do agree with. And now Goldberg went over like the barricade, trying to get inside the ring with Gunther. I know Goldberg's pretty much been complaining, moaning about getting one last run in WWE, one last match, a couple more matches in WWE for like his retirement match. Why with Gunther? If there's ever a man to carry Goldberg to like somewhat decent match, it is Goldberg, but that's like a 7-minute match. I want to see Gunther like a 20-minute banger. And when are we going to do that match? I mean, maybe we're not going to do the match. Maybe it's just more promotion for Sami Zayn and Gunther, for Gunther disrespecting all the legends, but why are we doing that? Goldberg versus Gunther, that does not seem interesting whatsoever. You can say it seems interesting, but it's not going to be interesting. We know how Goldberg matches go. I mean, his last match with Bobby Lashley was okay. I think it was at Saudi. It was like a no DQ or like a Noel's bar. That match was okay, but that's not Gunther's type of match. I mean, is Goldberg really going to get chopped 10 times by Gunther? Really? Are we being serious? I could care less about that match. Yeah, that really capped off a bunch of garbage that happened in the lower mid-card scene for this whole PLE for Bad Blood. That really lowered how I felt about this card. I know the video got cut out, but yeah, what'd you guys think of Bad Blood overall? What'd you guys like about the show? What'd you guys not like about the show? What would you guys give it through 1 through 10? Do you guys think that CM Punk and Drew McIntyre should have main evented over the tag team match? And what do you guys think of the final boss? What do you guys think of The Rock returning? And do you guys like Jimmy Uso returning here? So yeah, with all that out the way, comment down your thoughts below. It's been your boy Lonsi. Peace out.